Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the podcast From Our Pages to Yours. It's an episode of the new show, and Matt Horst here alongside
Zach.
And me. It's me, Mario. I'm sorry.
What if I actually had Mario in here podcasting with us?
I wish.
Oh, you guys don't know how to write, eh?
Actually, just talk like that from now on.
Luigi, keep out of here.
That's it. That is the show.
Luigi, quit knocking on the door. We got the reservation.
How famous could we be?
You said reservation.
Reservation. We get it in there.
We could be like really famous if we did that.
Wow.
But it's a me, Mario.
We have a
So let's do it.
reservation.
Welcome to the podcast where we talk about anything that has to deal with the writing in some way. And Zach is laughing really hard. Yeah, Zach.
I'll be okay. I'll be okay.
Well, no, what? Tell us.
Nothing. I was just thinking about
Share with the class.
what if I actually did talk like that throughout the entire thing?
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to do it.
Please don't.
Yeah.
Okay.
That'd be cool for the first 2 minutes, and then I'd want to, yeah.
Punch in the nose.
I'm just going to go through Facebook now.
Anyway, we're the podcast where we talk about any and everything writing, and we kind of talk about what we've been reading and writing, which makes sense for the show.
But
And
not
arithmetic.
No, not arithmetic. Dang it.
Arithmetic. I hate that word.
Arithmeticking.
It's a
me,
arithmetic.
So anyway, yeah, welcome to the show. And, I usually do a little bit of show prep, but, yeah, I didn't.
Me either.
I've been too busy. It's we're going on spring break this next week.
No, we're on spring break right now.
Well, not technically. Not till Monday, technically.
No.
Okay.
I'm on spring break
Right now it's just the weekend.
Spring break. I'm wearing my
Everybody's
bathing
talking-
suit and
That's what-
everything.
Everybody's talking about going to Florida, and this morning I told one of my professors, one of my mass comm professors, I said, he said, "What are you doing for spring break?" And I said, "Well, I don't party or drink or anything, so everybody's been telling me they're going to Florida." And I said, "I'll just be over at Cougar Village, sitting in my apartment." He thought that was hilarious.
No, someone asked me what I was doing on spring break, and I was like, I'm going to go hang out with my granny because we're going home.
No one asked me anything ever.
Well, that's 'cause you don't have any friends.
Because I'm alone all the time.
We don't care about you.
Shut up.
All right, so Sierra usually leads off with something. So
Because I'm the leader of the group.
So what do you got?
We call you Books in the other podcast.
Books? You call me that? That's my name? Books?
Yes, come on,
Booksy.
Books. What do we got going, Books?
I love that name. Okay, so I was going to talk about this in our pop culture podcast last week, but the whole podcast I was searching for the exact quotes. I'm about to set the room on fire. And I found it at the very end. So here's my question to you. Ready? Zach's
Yes.
hacking. Zach, are you ready?
Yes.
Okay. Can you name... So this is a quiz. No, just kidding. Is there some line or dialogue of something that you have read or seen in your life that you will never forget?
No.
Matthew?
No for me as well.
You guys are the worst. Okay, so here's why I thought of this. Because as most people know, I'm obsessed with Firefly.
That's honestly
And Firefly
the...
is a super quotable show. I mean, there's quotes all over the place. But the one thing that I have never forgotten since I started watching Firefly a year ago, Matt, actually on my Time Hop app, it said that 1 year ago, like 2 days ago, we started Firefly.
Huh. Cool.
So it's been exactly a year since we watched it. And there's one line, and I think it's one of the very last episodes. I can't remember what it's called. It's the one where Wash and Mal get kidnapped and they're being tortured. And there's one line in there that I'll never forget. And it's this. They're arguing about how Zoe always does everything that Mal wants her to. She always follows his commands, and that makes Wash, her husband, kind of feel inferior to Mal. So Mal says, there's plenty orders of mine that she didn't obey. And Wash yells, name one. And Mal yells, she married you. But they're screaming at each other. And for some reason, that line, like right there, just, I'll never forget. I think it's so powerful. Like, I don't know. I just love it. And that may sound super nerdy and weird, but
You are.
that's true. I just think it's such a powerful line because the whole show you see Mal and Zoe's relationship more than you see Wash and Zoe's, even though they're married. And I think that line right there shows that they do have a really great marriage because apparently Mal told Zoe not to marry him and she did it anyway.
When you said it, my very first thought went to Firefly for like quotes and stuff. So that was weird. But I would have been like,
That's why we're
you
best
know,
friends.
Yeah, I know. Well, shiny let's be bad guys would be like my first pick from that. And then I don't know. I'm trying to think like Pirates of the Caribbean came to mind too.
The
I can't think of
only
anything.
line that came to mind when you asked me that was one that I'll never forget. Uncle Ben said, "With great power comes great responsibility." Told Peter Parker that. And
I almost said Uncle Ben as in
The rice.
yes, thank you.
yes, I love me
It's
some
on
Uncle Ben.
it's on the back of the package.
No, but I always took that line. It kind of goes with everybody in superhero in the universe, you know. And I don't know, it just kind of touches on all things when you say with great power comes great responsibility, because I can't imagine having the power of Superman. Okay, let's think about this for a minute. Imagine having Superman's powers, or not even necessarily Superman, but somebody else with you know, powers. Think about that for a second. Think about how much responsibility you actually would have in that role, because you would obviously know, well, there's nobody else really like me per se, and this specific town or city or whatever is trusting and confiding in me now. Even if a lot of people don't like me, that is so much responsibility that you are, I guess in a lot of ways, held accountable to.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I think about like, you know, like the X-Men who fight for all these years to be treated equal as humans, even though they are, I'm not going to say the word because you guys are going to make fun of me.
Mutants.
Shut up. So even though they are mutants, is that how you say it?
You still can't say it right.
Mutants.
Mutants. Anyway.
It's like past tense. Mutants. You say.
Anyway, they've been fighting all these years for equality, and then they finally sort of have it. You know what I mean? Like in the very first X-Men movies, you know, you have like Jean Grey is a powerful, you know, figure, and then Hank McCoy, Beast, is a politician. So they do get their equality, but they're still X-Men who are trying to save the human race from the Brotherhood, you know, the bad mutants. I hate you both. So they have the, you know, they fought all these years to be treated as equals, but they're still damaging cities and whatnot because of the Brotherhood. So they have all this power and all this responsibility, but they had to fight for it. Does that make sense what I'm saying?
Yeah, I got you.
Like, it's just crazy to think, like, you know, yeah, it is true. I mean, if you have power, you have responsibility. Like,
and like in Superman, your responsibility is just to kill everybody and destroy the entire town at the end of the movie.
and he fulfills that responsibility.
Yes, and
he does a great job of it.
Man of Steel, if nobody else realizes that.
But yeah, I just think that in writing and the words that we say is so powerful to our audience. I'm a super like quotey person. I love, like, that's one of my favorite parts about reading is like finding quotes and stuff. And actually, like, I have a list. Matt is a really insightful person, and he says some really powerful things. And I have a list of some things that he said that I want to throw in books someday because they are so powerful. And it's crazy how our words as writers can make someone feel, you know what I mean? They can make them feel, you know, important or sad or happy or whatever. You know, I just think that's just I think that's the coolest part about being a writer is how we can change people's minds by just the simple words that we say.
I think one thing that I do is, like, when I'm in class and stuff, I'll write down stuff that, like, professors say, or if they, especially when they say something funny, and I used to post them on Facebook, but now I save them all, like, because I'm a hoarder in every single way possible. But, like, I have one in mind, and I can't say it because there's, like, a curse word in it, but...
Say the first letter.
Okay.
Unless it's an F.
It is an F.
Okay. Well, now we know. Just say freaking. It won't take the power away at all.
He goes, oh yeah, it won't. So you just go through mutants. It won't take the power away. It will. You're censoring me. But it was cold out that day, and he's got longer hair, the professor does, and his husband was like, you need to cut your hair. And he goes, I don't freaking cut my hair. It's cold outside. And I was like, that'd be great in a comedy or something.
Yeah.
But my great-grandpa one day, he's very, like, quote-worthy, and one day he said, like,
that sounds so much better than quotey.
It was a bigger guy, and my great-grandpa looked over at me and went, that guy's built like a shit brick house. And I was like, oh my God, that should be like a title of something.
Yeah.
My grandma's super quote worthy too. We actually have a Facebook page that you can check out
I saw you just shared it.
called Grandma Carolyn Says, because she says some pretty hysterical things, and it's just funny how I have a whole pin on Pinterest, or a whole board on Pinterest of quotes that I like, and I'm trying to pull some of them up, but the internet down here is crazy.
What's what I Google imaged like quotes or whatever, good movie quotes, and nothing came up.
But there are none.
There are none.
But if you think about certain people, like Dr. Seuss is always quoted. You know, he always says things like,
he's real rhymey, that guy.
he is a rhymey kind of guy. Like, his birthday was Monday. He always says things.
I can't handle this.
It was. He'll say things like, you know, something about why would you try to fit in when you were born to stand out type of things. And every person's a person, no matter how small. I mean, Dr. Seuss is known for his quotes. But yeah, it's just crazy how we can, you know.
Well, this discussion on
Discussion?
on
He's a
curse
me,
words, do you think that it adds value or takes away value in fiction?
It depends on the character, because in like Wyatt Teague, I think every other word was a curse word, and I'd never done that before. So to write like a 32-page story like with tons and tons and tons of curse words, it was totally different for me. And I think it added to the characters because not all the characters cursed.
Yeah, I mean, I feel the same way, and you know, I try my best not to curse in my real life, but when writing certain characters, I did this for a short play I wrote in one of my classes. I had some cursing in there, and I know I normally wouldn't do that, but I felt for the situation. Excuse me.
He's dying.
For the situation, yeah, I feel like I am. For the situation. And for the type of character it was, I felt like because cursing is such a thing in real life that it should be there, you know, in writing as well.
I think it also, I try not to curse ever, and I think that it also has a lot to do with the context that you're using. I think if you're just having a random person talk and you throw in a cuss word, sometimes I feel like it's forced.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
it's not a sentence enhancer.
In my novel, I have, I think, maybe 2 cuss words, and they're very low key cuss words. And there's one part where my 2 essentially main characters are in a fight on Christmas, and at the end he goes, "Merry freaking Christmas!" And I was gonna throw in a actual cuss word, probably not the F word because I don't like that word at all. But I mean, and I decided not to, but I think that point right there, he's like screaming and yelling, would have been, it would have been okay to throw in a curse word there. It makes sense. But to just I think sometimes just to randomly throw them in, it just seems like you're just trying, how many cuss words can I put in this story?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It seems forced.
Yeah, I definitely
guess.
think there's a place for it. And there's a place for it not to be in there, you know. I agree, though, if you just randomly put a cuss word in because you can, it kind of demolishes the value of even the word then in a lot of ways.
Yeah, I think that sometimes because I'm kind of old school, when I read something or hear something that has a cuss word in, sometimes I focus more on the fact that they threw in a cuss word for no reason than the actual what they're trying to say. I was trying to find here, one of my favorite quotes is from Maggie Smith, who played Professor McGonagall in the Harry Potter films, and she says one of my favorite quotes of all time, and I have it on Pinterest somewhere, and I'm going to find it before the end of the show, but I don't want to just try and say it and mess it up. So if I'm on my phone, Matthew, don't yell at me. I'm looking for
That's
something.
what I'm looking for, something too. But we're all on our phones doing this.
No.
Matt, are you on your phone over there?
Yeah, we're looking.
I'm just kidding.
I'm looking for this quote that my first creative writing teacher used, and I can't find it. So we're totally unavailable for all of our...
Why can't you find it? I'm just kidding.
I just shot Matt.
Come on, Zach. Come on.
Because I'm not trying hard enough.
Something else I wanted to talk about as well was, do you think that in writing... Okay, now let me rephrase this.
You only said 2 words.
I find myself as
Just
a
think I'm
somewhat
funny.
intelligent person on certain things, but
You're very intelligent, Matt.
But it seems like in writing, and we're talking comics specifically, right? right this moment, but it pretty much go for anything. I feel like some writers write so deep, even when it shouldn't be, and so it makes it super intelligent, which often confuses me in situations that it really shouldn't be like that. Like for instance, okay, so you're in a doctor's office. Or you're in a lab and you're talking scientists. So obviously the dialogue will be super intelligent in nature and all that. But then when you have somebody who's a cowboy in the Old West talking super intelligent to, I don't know, the bartender, it just doesn't make sense to me or something. Do you guys feel that way about certain things you read? Or
I mean, I don't think I ever have thought like that. Like when I'm reading or writing, I don't think I've ever been like, oh, sorry, I have to move my microphone, even though I just did it. I don't think I've ever been like, oh, I feel like he's not smart enough to be speaking that way, or it feels out of place. So I don't really I mean, I know what you're saying, but I can't think of a moment where I have thought that.
So you've never, I'll let you answer here in a second.
Well,
but
thanks.
No problem. You're next. So
Wait, your turn's out.
You've never read something and thought to yourself, well, I can't really read this because it's so intricate in what they're trying to say. Because earlier you even told me that with the new Spider-Gwen, you felt that way.
I didn't feel that way because of how it was written. I felt that way because of the way it was written, which is the exact same thing as how it was written.
Yeah.
It wasn't the words that they used. It was how they progressed the story that confused me. But what you're saying is every textbook I've ever read. That's how I feel.
Yeah, textbooks, yeah.
In fact, I had like a 20-minute meeting with one of my professors yesterday because of how our textbook is just really stressing me out because it's not readable. Anyway, that's a side point. But I honestly can't think of a time where, I mean, there's been times where I'm like, this is way too over my head. Stephen King, his writing is amazing. I can't read it. He goes into too much detail. It takes him 16 pages to describe a lamp, and I can't hang with that. But I can't ever.
It's a good lamp.
I can't. It was a gorgeous lamp. I can't ever think of a time where I was like, yeah, I don't know. Spider-Gwen, I mean, we can talk about that after Zach has his piece, but it wasn't the things that they said. It was all over the place, and I had a hard time following it.
I think like one issue like that goes with that is character voices. And like staying on like comic books, like we read like, was it Darth Vader 1?
We've read Vader 1. I have Vader 2. I haven't let you have that one yet.
Yeah, Vader 1 was like the character voices were off, and like I didn't enjoy that about it. So I don't necessarily know if it definitely wasn't like over intelligent, but I think that kind of plays into it that you find out things you don't need to know either way.
Yeah.
Or like, you know, like when a character like Vader, who's usually like quiet and, you know, all of his lines in the movie are like, you know, 3 or 4 words long or whatever. I don't need to know like, you know, paragraphs of what his internal thoughts are, what he's, you know, thinking or what he's saying, stuff like that. So I think that plays into it, like Stephen King and, you know, like describing every little, you know, minute detail. You don't need to do that. And at the same time, like character voices shouldn't be like over exemplifying like emotions that should be internal.
On top of that, I just started The Book Thief, and I'm actually listening to it on an audiobook in audiobook form, which is the Bible is the only other book that I've ever listened to audio form. So it's interesting. And The Book Thief is an amazing book. I mean, I've just finished the first CD, and there's like 7 of them, so I'm not even near almost done. But sometimes there's things in The Book Thief where I'm like, did you need to put that in there? And maybe when I'm done with the book, I'll be like, oh yeah, he was foreshadowing, or that was relatable to something that happened later. But I was just like, I don't know if that needed to be in there. So and I'm sure like when people read my novel, which Matt has yet to do.
Yeah, Matt.
He bugged me to let him read it, and now I said he could, and he hasn't. Anyway,
he's leaving.
He's getting out the bag.
Pulling out a gun.
But sometimes I think, as writers, you think it's an important detail, but then maybe the reader disagrees and doesn't think that it's an important detail. Me, when I write, I try to describe how everybody looks, and I feel like the minor character doesn't really matter what color shirt he's wearing.
Yeah.
But that's just kind of how I write. So I think it's just, you know, preference really.
You brought up foreshadowing, and I think Matt and I had the same problem, is that we don't like put thought into foreshadowing as much as most people. Because like when I write, I'll be like, this sounds good. And then I'll put it in there. And then like when people review my stuff, they'll like circle stuff that I didn't think about and be like, "That was wonderful foreshadowing." I mean, okay, you know, I don't know what I'm doing.
Subconscious foreshadowing.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, before we move on, Zach got second place
In the Zanger Prize.
in a prize for his short story White Tea.
Yeah, $50.
You gotta win a
Congratulations.
zinger prize.
Zing.
He won a zinger. He won a
50
zinger.
you won
Joke's on you.
You won 50 zingers.
Yeah.
I would have brought them in. We would have ate them all.
I think I'd rather
Yeah,
have
and I'll
50
never forget
zingers than $50.
I was in Chicago one time with David Quinn, and we pulled up to a
This
gas
doesn't, this
station.
doesn't sound good already.
Yeah. And he goes, "Hey, Matt, can you go in?" He was driving the van. He
I
said,
thought
"Can
for
you,
some reason he was drunk. I don't know why. Just when you
can
said
you go
he
in and
was.
get me some zingers?" I'll never forget that.
Was that when you were the half
Yeah,
man?
that's when the guy goes, "You're the half man." What, half man? He's talking about 2.5 men. I look like the kid, I guess. I'll never forget that. So I had a really weird experience, and I got zingers all in one time.
What a
in
great
downtown
day.
Chicago. Thanks, Quinn. Okay, so we're going to do something kind of fun on the show
Oh,
today.
yay. Do we get to play a game?
Can we get the shaving cream out?
No, but you guys get to play 2 different characters.
No, I don't want to act out this.
I do. I can't
Oh, this
wait.
is going to be great.
I can't wait to do this. 'Cause
I didn't want to tell you this beforehand because I didn't want you to think about it. I just wanted you to do it.
I was hoping that you would do it, and I forgot to mention it to you
Yeah.
last night.
So,
For some reason I pictured you guys like laying it.
hey, talk to the mic. Talk to the
No, I
mic.
didn't. I don't want everyone to hear that. It was,
Everybody probably heard it anyway.
it was a side
She's
note.
picturing us in bed together
Zach
again.
Zach just forgetting.
All right, hold on. So I got to
Oh my
take a picture
gosh,
because there's
I
actually
forgot.
a third character in here, and I'll be that third character. So I wrote this short play.
Very short.
For class the other day, and we were supposed to act them out in class, but we ran out of time and didn't get around.
Thankfully.
To it. Yeah. So, hey. What's this so anyway, so we're gonna act it out on the show today.
I laughed really hard reading it. So.
I didn't laugh at all.
Sierra didn't think it was funny at all.
Zach literally was like acting like he had just watched the funniest movie in history, and I was just like, "Oh, that was good, Matt."
Well, you can be the straight man to my like comedy.
All right,
Yeah.
here you go, Zach. So you're Bart, Zach.
Simpson.
I can't
That's
do
where
Bart
I
Simpson.
took the name from.
I'm gonna move my
You stole that directly from the
Sierra,
Simpsons.
you are Sam or Samantha.
because apparently Zach thinks Sam is
So-
a girl's name.
Sam is a boy's name.
Here's a funny thing about this.
Tell
I didn't
Sam that.
I didn't title this. I forgot totally about the title. So it's untitled at this time.
Do you want to read the description, Matthew?
Sure, yeah.
Read it in
Actually,
your
let
radio
me see
voice.
that, Zach.
Your radio voice.
All right, hold on.
Oh, I forgot you didn't have his.
I also
Small apartment in the middle of Chicago. The walls are bleak, but the interior items are colorful and full of life. Some outrageous. There are simple furnishings, such as a couch, bunk bed, and stereo system. We also find what happens to be a lover's rental spot with an available hot tub, disco ball, and picture of a big-breasted woman. The mere idea of a man bringing a girl here is outrageous, but funny. We also see a pair of legs coming from under the rug located in the middle of the room. Okay, that is the start.
it's based on a
I'm
true
not gonna
story.
lie. When I first read this, I pictured the legs being like the Wicked Witch of the West in The Wizard
I
of
pictured
hold on.
like
Sierra,
SpongeBob's
will you stop
legs.
moving your mic?
Oz. Sorry,
It's
it
making
keeps
so much money.
wiggling.
Or not money.
Money.
It's making so much noise. I got money on the mind. I don't know.
I got mine. Money.
That's what I was thinking.
Well, when we leave here, I want to go buy some comics, and so I'm
Comics?
Are mutants gonna be in there?
I want to go buy some comics.
Isa mia Mario.
Okay, so
like that.
before you start reading,
What's my motivation?
you got to figure that out on the way.
God dang it.
Read the first couple lines, we'll pick it up.
Thanks, Quinn.
So, basically, we drew a picture in class.
I like the smiley face right here. Did you draw that?
Professor did.
Okay.
The
Okay,
professor
anyway.
drew a smiley face on your paper.
I think they're just ready for us to get.
I just want to know what the check marks mean.
Get to
Jeff,
it.
if you listen to this, please let me know what the check marks mean. I was going to ask you and I forgot.
Can we just read this? What are we doing?
No, I was trying to set it up, but Zach won't shut up. He keeps laughing.
you go, I have no idea how he graded it.
Yeah.
I have no idea what any of the marks mean, including the smiley face.
I guess that's good. Okay, so we had to draw a picture in class. There's about 15 or 20 of us in class, and we all had to put one element in the picture, and he drew it on the board. And then we took a picture of the picture on our phones, took it home, and we had to write a short play, 3 to 5 page play based off that picture. And this is what we came up with.
This is what you came up with.
Fair enough.
I hate you guys. Okay, are we ready?
Yeah.
I can't believe we have this place all to ourselves. My friends would freak if they knew.
But they don't, which means we have the place all to ourselves.
Sam, honey, we don't have time for that. The new Pac-Man Convention Center opened the other day. I mean, just look at it. They've got a real-life Pac-Man thingy moving around outside.
I thought you were kidding about going there. I was hoping it would be just some sick way of you getting... sorry, I can't read. Of you getting me in here and getting my pants off. Man, I don't want to say that.
Sounds great and all, but Pac-Man, video games, it doesn't get much better than that.
You are such a ridiculous...
Sam, what's wrong?
There's a dead body underneath that rug.
What are you talking about?
Bart, you idiot, look.
Oh my God.
I knew we shouldn't have come here.
Hold on. Let's not freak out yet. Maybe somebody's playing a joke on us. I mean, this isn't the most conventional apartment in the world.
Who'd you rent this place from again?
I found it on Craigslist.
Who's Craig?
I don't smell anything. That's weird, right? I mean, wouldn't you think a dead body would smell? Page 2.
Don't touch it, you idiot. If it's real, it'll have your prints all over it.
It's not a thing, Sam. It's a person.
We've got to call the front desk.
Oh, sure. I don't know why I said it like that. Sure. Let's ask them to send a busboy up. I'm sure he can take care of it.
I'm not saying that word, Matt. You're a smart aleck. We've got a real issue here.
All right. Let's look around the apartment. Maybe there's a clue.
All I wanted was to come here and have sex with my boyfriend. Now I'm stuck with a dead body and Sherlock Holmes.
You think I wanted this? At least it's more exciting than anything else we could be doing back at home.
Just saying.
All right. So we have a disco ball, stereo, bunk beds. Oh my God, there's a dog!
Holy crap, has that been here the whole time?
Hey, little guy. Didn't even see ya. What's your name? You know what happened here?
Are you freaking kidding me, Bart?
Sam, look. Oh, the dog has blood on its teeth. It killed this guy.
Oh yeah, and then drug it under the rug?
What? It's possible.
Seems harmless. And why would they provide a dog with the apartment?
Well, the ad did say something about wanting to know if we like bitches. I just assumed it meant because of the strip club next door.
All right, that's it. I'm calling the cops.
No, stop. This is the first time we've ever had real excitement in our lives. This is so much cooler than any Pac-Man convention. Please, Sam, let's figure this out.
I can't believe you. You are ridiculous. Or this is ridiculous. I can't read.
So, what if the dog came in through the window, killed the guy as he slept by ripping his throat out, and then it grabbed it by the leg and put him underneath the rug? No. That's stupid. Maybe the guy was...
Are you finished?
That's it. I figured it out.
Oh, goody. Page
3. It's obvious. The man didn't want to live anymore, so he put an ad on Craigslist. When I answered the ad, he left it unlocked, told me to come here today, and in the meantime, killed himself and somehow told the dog to move his body under the rug.
Are you serious? All right, give me the phone back. That's what's wrestling.
No, you're not taking the phone.
Bart, you moron, give it to me. Did you hear that?
Hear what?
That, you idiot.
Yep, definitely heard that.
Oh my gosh, the legs, they're moving.
Holy shit! Hello? Are you alive?
Hello, Bart.
Oh, you know who I am? He knows who I am.
No, you idiot. I know your name from the Craigslist response email.
Oh yeah, duh.
What are you doing underneath that rug?
I guess I passed out from too much drinking last night and thought this was my bed or something.
But why are you here? I thought you just rented this space.
Oh, no. They call me Larry the Liquor.
Larry the Liquor? Why is that?
Because this isn't just an apartment building. It's a brothel.
Oh my gosh, Bart, you brought me to a brothel?
I didn't know. I swear. Wink.
This day just seems to be getting better and better. Page
Well.
4.
That explains the hot tub and the disco ball.
Let me get you to the closet and I'll change and we can then begin our first day of activities.
No, I am not.
Sure, Liquor. I mean, Larry. That's totally fine. We'll get ready. Wink.
What are you doing?
Trust me.
Sure. Make yourself at home. Go ahead and turn on some music. I'll be back, lovers.
You've got a lot of explaining to do.
Explaining to
Shut up.
Honey, grab your stuff.
That says hurry.
Hurry, grab your stuff. Let's get out of here.
I can't believe this is happening.
Oh, no. It's locked and does so from the other side. What the? It got
Not
him
sure.
right in his head. We're screwed. No, that wasn't the right phrase. I mean, we're stuck. And in here with the tongue guy.
Did somebody say tongue?
And scene.
This is based on a true story.
See, Sierra thought it was funny that time.
I think it was the voices that we were adding to it.
Oh, shit.
I really hope no one we really care about listens to this.
I hope everybody we care about listens to it.
So yeah, I think we just found our new podcast. This is what we're gonna do. We're gonna write stories and then act them out.
No, we just act this one out every single day.
Did you notice, like on page 2, that I got confused about the names again? Because it's like Sam and Bart. And then I thought, well, I'm Sam because that's a boy's name. And I was like, nope. All right.
Fine for next week. Actually, you know what? We are gonna do this every week because it's a lot of fun.
That was fun, too.
Yeah. So there you go.
Mine just broke.
That's our new thing. Would it be cool if we could actually have sound effects and stuff in there too, with everything?
Why
Like
couldn't
actually
we?
do like a Reader's Theater thing, but with our own material.
Why
How
couldn't
cool would
we?
that be?
Why couldn't we?
I think we might. We you know what? Screw this podcast. We're going to start a new one.
We could do like all 3 men or 3-person plays, and then we could put up like the text of it for other people to use.
Yeah. Let's do it. That'd be
I
great.
like this idea.
All right. See? Brilliant.
I'm in.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
I'll bring in like a research paper and we can read that next.
I actually
A
have
dissertation.
one. I have another one. You guys want to do another one?
Sure.
It's one
Yes.
page. Okay.
Neither of us have read this one, by the way.
Today in class, we were asked to write down one secret, not necessarily a real secret, but just what a person would keep as a secret. And we're also to write something that could be considered a secret, but is something that you would tell somebody else. So,
Okay.
And that's what I did.
Is it just me and him?
Yep. Carla and Evan are the names.
Can I be
Are you
Carla?
gonna get confused? It's not Carl or Carlos. Carla.
And begin.
Hello, and welcome to SNSA, or Secrets Not So Anonymous. Here we want you to feel comfortable telling us your secrets. I acted like there was a period there, sorry. We won't judge you, but most importantly, don't judge yourself. Who would like to speak first? Yes, you. Yes, you with the Christmas sweater.
Hello, my name is Evan, and I have a secret. I
It's okay, Evan. Take your time.
can't believe I'm about to say this. I bought myself a car, and my wife doesn't know about it.
You did what? How could you?
I thought this was an open forum.
Evan, wake up.
What? Where am I?
We were at dinner and you fell asleep.
Oh, I'm sorry. I can't believe that. I thought I.
Should we just go home?
No, I'm fine. What were we talking about?
We were talking about my biological father and how I wish I could find him. Do you ever have any Matt's writing. Do you ever have anything you wish you could find or tell somebody?
No. Oh, God, no. I mean, I'm a pretty straight shooter. You know that.
Maybe one day I'll find him.
Most definitely.
So you were saying something about a car?
Ding, ding, ding. We had 2 minutes to write, and that's what I came up with.
Not bad.
And I thought it was pretty funny. But,
I like Secret's Not So Anonymous.
yeah.
Clever.
So anyway, so the thing was with that is he originally said, it's actually kind of funny how this worked out. He said before we started that you guys are at dinner and have a conversation. I started writing, totally forgot about that. So I started with, I saw him sitting in an anonymous, like, a group, like an AA meeting or whatever. And
An
I
essay
thought,
meeting. Secrets
crap.
Anonymous.
I got to write them in a restaurant. So I thought it'd be funny. Okay, he fell asleep. He's imagining this or whatever. But he's actually probably talking in his sleep, so she hears something about a car, and then it leads into that. But I thought it was kind of funny. All right, well, I guess that gives you guys the homework.
So we get to write something.
Of all spring break.
Writing some scripts. And I'll write
How about
them
you
as
do
well.
one and I'll do one?
Right.
Since we did 2 today.
Honestly, I think we can start doing this with the majority of the show. But Sierra, I got a bone to pick with you on this.
Am I in trouble?
Yeah.
He's got a gun.
Stay in character the entire time.
I can't cold read, Matt. You've been with me for 8 years. You know that.
Just saying.
I like how I got in trouble, but Zach did it too.
No,
What
I was
the
actually
fuck?
just about to say something to Zach.
What the?
Hey, you guys need to stay in character, all right? I'm the director here.
Okay, Quinn.
I'm just kidding.
Quinn wouldn't do that.
Tomorrow you have, or next week you have to stay in character.
Okay, I can do that. Mm-hmm. I can do that.
I want it to be a Frenchman
Hey, if you have
that has a
any
erectile
scripts-
dysfunction. Stay in character.
Matt's gonna have to adjust the volumes of this episode so much.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
So, I lost my train of thought. Thanks a lot, Zach.
Erectile dysfunction. Frenchman.
Oh, I know what I was going to
French
say.
bread.
If any of the listeners out there have a script you'd like for us to read on the show, send it to us. We have a website.
Keep it to yourself.
Yeah,
We're not gonna read
I
it.
want to say it. We have a website, and we do have a contact form on there. Fill that out. It's got our email and all that stuff up, and we will, we'll hopefully read it on the show.
We're looking at you, David Quinn. Not to single
Here's
anybody
looking
out.
at you,
And
kid.
we're hoping to get some recording equipment so we can do this a little bit maybe more often or, at home and instead of coming to the studio here at the school. And that way we kind of have more.
Or elsewhere.
availability.
Wink, wink.
What the? The
that
brothel?
Yeah, you go back to the brothel.
That dog.
We
Was it
are.
there the entire time?
We will be broadcasting our show from the comic book shop here in Edwardsville on Free Comic Book Day, which happens.
That's what
in
my
May.
wink was, you dummy.
I know. Obviously,
I hate sitting
it won't
between
be
you
live,
guys.
but we'll record it there and post it the next day, so it should be pretty cool. And I'm sure we'll have a bunch of random characters on there wanting to talk about whatever.
But we're not gonna let him.
Comic book characters.
It'll probably be an extended show, at least hour and a half to 2 hours, possibly. So it'll be fun.
9
we might
days.
even break it down into 2 separate shows. So, but anyway, it'll be fun.
So-
All right. Yeah.
I knew we were gonna wrap it up.
Yeah.
Before we wrap it up, first of all, that quote that I was talking about is
She lost it.
seriously. Okay, while it loads. Okay, it says vulgarity is no substitution for wit.
Okay.
I like it.
I like it.
Okay.
I agree.
And that's Maggie Smith. Anyway, Matt, what are you reading and or what'd you start reading and or reading this week? I'll stab you in the eye.
I started a book called Convergence, and it's written by Stan Lee. It's his first novel.
Time out. I have to tell the story of us in the bookstore about
Oh,
this
no.
because it's okay.
We're almost
Stanley showed up.
I wish.
I
Me,
wish. Sweet.
And then he saw you guys and was like, I gotta get out of here.
book lover of all literature, and Matt says I'm looking for a children's book because he's writing a children's comic about them going on an adventure into like another world or area. I said, got this. I found a book. Exactly. That's what it's exactly about.
Narnia.
No, I can't remember what it's called. The Wild Woods, possibly. It's the back was exactly what Matt wanted.
Hey, Zach, did you ever hear of the band called the Decemberists?
No.
That band? Okay. Well, anyway, it's the lead singer from that. He wrote that book.
Oh, I didn't
gotcha.
know that.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Cool.
Anyway, continue.
Anyway, so I found Matt the perfect book for what he was wanting, and he carried it around for like 20 minutes, and then right before we were getting ready to leave, says, "No, I decided I don't want it." I was so mad. So I handed him like 4 or 5 books to read the back of, and that was the only one he kind of sort of liked. We're getting ready to walk out of the store, and he goes, Stan Lee wrote a book. That's the one he bought. Anyway, continue.
No, I was just going to say that I picked it up. I believe it's actually his first novel that he's written, and it's pretty cool. It's kind of different seeing his writing not in comic book form.
Isn't it like by Disney also?
Yeah, it's a Disney book, but it's through POW Entertainment, which is Stan Lee's entertainment company.
Disney's got their finger in everything.
Yeah, pretty much.
Disney owns this podcast.
Yeah, I wish.
Hi, guys. I don't know which character that was.
Goofy?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So yeah, it's been really good. I'm on chapter 5. It's a little confusing at times, but it has a lot of Chinese lore in it. I don't know. It's good though. Picked up several new comic books this week, and I'll actually have a review of one of those new ones, probably Descender, which is about a robot kid that woke up on a planet and nobody else is around.
I hate when that happens.
Oh yeah, that would suck, wouldn't it? So I'll review that one for our site, and yeah.
Okay, Zach, what are you reading / not reading?
I'm currently reading public relations writing in public relations. There's a colon in there.
Ooh, fun.
And it's the most boring book I've ever read.
Well, you're writing photo
Are you
novel
one of
stuff,
those Are you one of those people who actually read the textbooks?
Yes.
Ugh.
What the?
aren't you? You're writing your photo novel, though, right?
I didn't ask what he was writing. I asked what he was reading.
I'm getting conflicting reports here. I ain't sitting between you guys.
We're like the devil and the angel on your shoulders.
What are you reading? What are you writing? What are you reading? I just want to go home. I am writing the photo novel. I'm going to hopefully shoot chapter 2 over spring break, but it probably won't happen, so don't hold your, whatever. I'm not reading anything other than school-related textbooks.
Okay.
Dang it.
Were you going to say something, Matt?
No, I'll say something after you finish.
Okay. I started reading The Book Thief while listening to The Book Thief. Right now it is amazing. I started it before and couldn't get into it, but now it's sucked me in somehow. I also started reading Dad is Fat by Jim Gaffigan, who's my favorite comedian. I just finished a book called Seraphina's Promise about a little girl who lives in Haiti when the earthquake happens, and it's her dream about becoming a doctor. Most of you who know me know that I love Haiti. One of the best books I've ever read. I started a new comic. I'm putting you guys to shame. I started a new comic called Oddly Normal. It actually has been discontinued. It's about a half witch, half human little girl, and her she's in our world, the real world, and she struggles because she's different. And then she gets sent into, I think it's called Fic Nation, which is the city, like the world that her mother's from, and she doesn't fit in there because she's too much like a human. It's such a good book. And then I read the first Spider-Gwen today that, that's how I feel about it.
I forgot to mention this one thing, and then we'll shut it down here. We're shooting a short film this week.
Shoot.
Spring break.
Never mind.
What?
Nothing. Go ahead.
I'm going to shoot myself.
Spring break. Why not? What were you going to say?
I don't know. It's fine.
Okay. We're shooting a short film this week, and pretty excited about it. We're trying some different things, and I think this time around the production value of it's going to be a lot higher.
We say that every time around.
But we like inch up.
Yeah, I think, but over time it's continuing to get better, and the ideas are getting
Our stakes
better.
are high. We're in competition.
Yeah, so be on the lookout for that for sure, and we'll talk about that as soon as we get maybe not next week's show, but the week after. We'll talk about it in detail, and we'll post it as well so you can see it.
Yeah.
Well, that's going to do it for the show today. Thanks for joining us, and we hope you enjoyed our readings of the plays.
Untitled and Untitled too.
Untitled.
Or at least tolerated them.
And yeah. And we hope to do that now every week. And all right, well, thanks for joining us. We'll see you in next couple of weeks.
Happy spring break.
Bye-bye.